Hi spider fans, welcome back to the Tarantula Cave. In this video we're just going to rehouse a couple of male tarantulas. So first up we have a male GBB that I got recently from a very nice chap called Gavin Lambert. So shout out to Gavin if you're watching, I believe you are a subscriber. It's great to meet you the other day and chat tarantulas, and a shame obviously that thanks to COVID I couldn't come and see your collection. It sounds like a really good one. But anyway, Gavin very kindly offered me the chance to buy his mature male green bottle blue Chromatopelma cyaneo pubescens to have a go at breeding him to my beautiful female. So here we are, just very simple, putting together a very simple setup for him with a cork bark hide and of course the obligatory water dish, just to give him a bit of space to start hopefully spinning his sperm webs and loading up his emboli so that he can do the deed. As far as I know, Gavin said he hasn't had any sperm webs yet. He's very freshly molted, so this should give him a chance to do that. There he is. He's a sweet little guy. He's actually much smaller than my female. I was actually quite worried that he was going to be bigger, but as it turns out he's a little dude, and hopefully he's going to have a brave soul so that the female doesn't just eat him. You know, I like to think that being a bit smaller he'll be a bit more nimble, so hopefully he'll be able to get away if things turn south. It's been really interesting watching other people's videos of breeding Chromatopelma cyaneo pubescens. I've obviously seen a few where they ended really badly and males got eaten, but the majority of them seem to be kind of the complete opposite, where the female is sort of ready but the males don't really know what they're doing, and so they just hang around for ages before deciding to go in, and then when they do go in they don't really know what they're doing. So it just takes hours and hours and hours, and it's a sort of slow and painful, frustrating process of watching the males basically be completely inept. From watching the YouTube videos, it's actually surprising this species ever manages to reproduce, so I don't know what they do differently in the wild, whether they just take their sweet time over it or something, but it should be very interesting to do this pairing. I'm going to do it as a live, certainly the first time around, but it might well not be successful that first time, so we'll have to just do repeat pairings over several days. I changed the lighting up, so in this bit of footage you can see how insanely gorgeous this guy is. You can't really beat a decent green bottle blue tarantula for being an impressive looking specimen. He's beautiful blue, gorgeous orange, absolutely stunning. So I just moved him about a bit to try and get a better shot for you guys, but the idea is that he can either go inside the cork bark hide or hang out on top quite often, obviously because this is a more arid species. They like to be dry, so where you've got a species like that, if you give them a piece of cork bark they will just go and hang out on top of the cork bark until the substrate around gets a bit drier and they don't feel too weird about walking on it. But yeah, he's absolutely gorgeous. Those of you who watched my recent video about Diva molting will also have gathered that my male Lasiodora parahybana has also molted. The box I've been keeping him in is very small for his current size, so I'm going to rehouse him into this, which will give him a bit more space to stretch his legs out, and hopefully he'll start making sperm webs so that I can get him bred to Diva. So let's just do it. It's not exactly rocket science here. I'm not using anything fancy in terms of substrate. Literally going to just chuck a load of topsoil in there. Just going to get the bits off the top of the bag. I've already got a little tub in here to help scoop it all out. Yeah, I just bought this topsoil at my local supermarket. They've got loads of garden stuff going on at the minute. It's a little bit damper than I think he'll probably like at the minute, but it'll dry out quick because there's good big vents on the side of this faunarium. This is just an Exoterra faunarium I found. I quite like it because it's not too tall. It's got big vents, but actually this tarantula in particular tends to ditch his water bowl and leave it empty. So he likes to be a bit drier generally. So this should be absolutely fine. So I'll just put a nice layer in here. The idea is to get it to a level that means he won't have to climb too high to get over the lip and then into Diva's enclosure, because I think one thing I learned from the last time I tried to breed a male to Diva, the lip really got in the way. I mean, she ate the male in the end in the previous one, and that was because he had to drop down the lip. So my cunning plan, is to build up the front of Diva's enclosure with a bit of topsoil as well, so there's a bit of a ramp, so that basically the male will crawl out of this into the front of her enclosure and then down a ramp that's already there, so if she goes for him, he's got a straight retreat straight out the back. But the good news is that this male that I reared up is he's much bigger than the previous one, so he's probably going to be a bit stronger and a bit more intimidating for Diva, so she might think of him as a less viable snack. But yeah, I'm quite happy. I'm quite happy that I got this Salmon Pink so long ago as a sling. It's really awesome to have raised him up to adulthood, and yeah, quite satisfying to raise such a large spider to such a large size, I suppose, in what feels like a short amount of time. He's grown really, really quick. I do think that if you want, someone getting into the hobby, in fact, everyone should have a Salmon Pink bird eater, really, because they are great. Apart from the flurry of urticating hairs that you have at rehousing time, other than that, they're pretty awesome. Okay, that's probably. What I might do is try and angle it up a bit to one side, because then that's the side that I'll encourage him up when he gets to meet Diva. Plus you have a bit more depth here in case he wants to put a sperm web in. So that should be all right, I reckon. Lovely tub of soil. Now he's normally a bit he doesn't like to be touched in his enclosure. He used to flick all the time, flick hairs. I don't know if he'll do it as much now that he's bigger, because his abdomen's a bit smaller. But I'm hoping I can just encourage him up over the side. I'll probably turn this round, and then I'll change the camera angle so you can watch that process, and hopefully there won't be a huge cloud of urticating hairs. So here goes, using my trusty miniature snake hook to get him over the edge. He did not respond well to it. I was being as gentle as possible, but as you can see, he had a go at the snake hook. So then I thought I'd better use a flatter object to move him across. So it's shaking, not because I'm nervous, but because I'm holding the lid with tongs just to keep my hands out of the way from any urticating hairs. I had a hunch he would start kicking, and he did not disappoint. It's basically snowing urticating hairs at this point. They were everywhere. Here's a quick recap. Look at the state of that. So many. Anyway, we got him across. He was a bit angry about it and all that, but yes, at least he's in the right place. And he was okay. He didn't lose too many hairs, so he's still beautiful, and he went straight for the water dish to get a nice long drink, so he's fine. So there you have it, guys. 2 male tarantulas successfully rehoused. One very straightforward, the second one not so much. I'm filming this a few days later, and I can confirm that I did get haired all over my arms and legs and body, because I made the stupid mistake of doing the rehouse of Dante, the male Lasiodora parahybana, wearing just shorts, which was a dumb idea. So basically I got hairs all over me and I've been a bit itchy and scratchy for the last few days. If you want to know what to watch next, why not go back and check out the original and best Diva rehousing video. It's right here. Failing that, I'll see you guys in the next one.